people, helping them to be better. To give you some information on me, I have worked in radio and television since high school. I've been working in radio and all that in television. Now I work with nonprofits as a consultant, helping companies do better and helping people actually do better. You're ISTJ? What? You came in knowing exactly. I am an ENTJ. If you guys don't know what that is, that's part of the Myers-Briggs personality profile. And there are different types of personality types, and coming in knowing what yours is amazing. If you've never heard of that before, you should look up Myers-Briggs, and you could find yourself. But the thing that I'm talking about today is something that a lot of people don't really know, is that most times in organizations, especially in broadcasting, most of the people you see on television, most of the people that you see on radio, most of the people that you see that seem like they're very extroverted, really and truly, they're introverted. I have worked with some amazing mix show DJs who are all out in the clubs doing all kinds of everything. But when you talk to them one-on-one, they are super shy. They're super quiet. And people think that that quietness is an aloofness when it's just they're shy. They came up mixing, scratching because they were kind of shy and timid. So they spent their whole times in their room learning how to mix, you know. And that's just part of what reality is. Hey, so I want to tell you guys, so if you know someone that you think would love this, I'd so appreciate you sharing. Hey, Salvi, your first day on Periscope, welcome. But I'd really appreciate you guys sharing this scope, tweeting it, sending it out to people, because I've got some really great tips to help you be able to network if you are an introvert. Okay, and so if you've looked at my stream before, usually I'm in the daytime, but I'm here in the evening today because I had a separate scope that I did earlier today, but I still wanted to get part 4 of this 7-part series about networking that really works. And if you're here early, I want you guys to remember code CONFIDENCE. Remember confidence. You got somewhere you can write it? Write down confidence. You're going to need this code later. Confidence. But I always reward my early birds, because as soon as I hit live hit live to go broadcast, I start going in. I don't really do a lot of welcome, welcome, welcome. I just go right in. So now that I told you about me, I've told you about what we're going to talk about. You've got your secret code. I want to tell you what's going to happen today. The thing that I want to talk to you guys about is actually being able to be a networker. Networking is so important whatever you're doing. If you are getting ready to go to college, you need to network so that you can have good friends and know the right people to meet. If you're looking for your first job or looking for any job, you need to be able to have a network of people, because looking for a job, having someone that has your back, that knows somebody else, when you need a job, that is the fastest and easiest way to get a job. If you've got a business and you got to get your products out in front of other people. Hello, Gucci. You got to get your product out in front of other people. Having someone know you and that can share your name and your information with someone else so that they can be your ambassador when you're not there, that is all highly important. So networking is more like, I say it like it's planting a seed for an apple tree you'll have later, for a tree for apples you'll have later. The seed you plant today by shaking hands and talking to somebody today, you don't know what kind of fruit will be manifested later, because this person's going to know this person's going to know this person, and a year later 20 people could come and find you and say, oh, somebody's told me about you, blah 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 blah. So that's why it's so important to network. So you say, Michelle, this was about introverts. I am not an introvert, but my husband's an introvert. I've worked with introverts. I have mastered the art of getting an introverted person extroverted, or at least being a little bit more comfortable about being out there. And so the first thing I want to tell you about is, when you're networking, do this. Remember, first and foremost, even though you're introverted, even though you may not want to go to the events, even though you may not want to go up and talk to people, get over it a little bit, just for this little bit of time. And why I say that is because even though you may have an introverted personality where you're shy, you're quiet, or whatever, at some point you do have to actually go to the job interview, right? You do have to actually show up at work. You do have to ask for the dance or ask for the phone number. You do have to do it. Understanding that you have to do it, get it in your head that yes, at some point I'm going to have to step outside of myself and do these things. Once you really have that in your heart, okay, yes, I'm an introvert, but yes, I hate blue pizza. Yes, even though I'm an introvert, yes, I got to go out and I got to do some of this stuff. I've got to shake hands. I want my business to make $1 million this year. So I'm going to have to shake a couple of hands. I'm going to have to call a couple of people. I'm going to have to do a couple of things. Once you really put that in your head and your heart and your mind, and you accept that you're going to have to do that, then that makes the rest of this stuff so much easier. Okay? So, 1, we're going to get over it. 2, you're going to have a plan. Not having a plan is what will kill you when you get to an event. How many times have you gone to a mixer or to a social event and you went there with full intention of meeting people, went to a party, went to a club, went anywhere where there's a group of people and you had full intention, I'm gonna go out and meet somebody. I'm single, I wanna go out and meet somebody. I'm not single, but I'm single, I wanna go out and meet somebody, And you get there and you get a drink and you sit there and you nurse that drink over in the corner because you're too shy to actually go up and talk, right? So what if you had a script that said everything that you needed from A to Z so you didn't have to think about it? The hardest part about networking is when you don't want to really when you're not a gregarious person and you don't naturally, instinctually talk to people, the hardest part is knowing what to say. So what if you had something that would instantly have you a script in your phone so that you have something to say? Well, I've got that for you. It's called, hey, Mr. Woodcock, it's called Networking That Really Works. You can click on my bio and just click on there, and one of the products there is called Networking That Really Works. Inside of that, it has a script that's hello to here's my card in 2 minutes. And so what that does is give you the actual words to say so that you don't have to guess or you don't have to stand there going, oh, So like if you if you're in the elevator and the president of your company's in the elevator with you, what do you say so that they know who you are and they like you so that you can get a promotion? I've got a script for that. What about if you are at a club or a mixer or a social event and you meet somebody that might be a good business connection or a good job connection or a good love connection? What do you say to somebody that you've never met before so you don't sound salesy or creepy? How about hello to here's my hello to here's my card in 2 minutes? Yes. It is so helpful. So go check that out. It's in my bio. You can just click on the link there. It'll take you there. So that's why I say the number 2 things to have a plan. Even if you don't use the products that I have a plan. Write something down. Okay, when I meet somebody, I'm going to say, my name is whatever. I want to go over my company. I want to say this. Have a plan about what you want to say so that when you get there, especially if you're going to do a job interview, practice before you start. Get the things together before you get in there. If you know of a meeting that you have to go to and you have to talk to people, practice it. Get some notes together. I always keep a notebook. Here's my notebook. I always keep a notebook full of stuff with me all the time so that I can keep my life together. So have your plans. Hey, Almandar 007, have a plan so that when you're getting ready to speak to people, you especially if it's something that's scheduled, have a plan. If it's not scheduled, if it's something like a mixer or a party or something like that, I'm going to tell you, if you're an introvert, go get that networking that really works. Just click on the link in my bio. I think it's $15. It will change your life. And then all of this, you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's a digital download. You put it in your phone. It is there. It's going to give you some tips to help you not be so scared. And it's going to give you the script about what to say. I can't impress that enough. Because if you don't know, if you're not used to talking to people off the cuff, it is really hard. And so I wanted to make a script that people could use to adapt so that they didn't have to think about it. So check that out. So the number 2 thing is to have a plan. Number 3, when you're trying to network with other people or talk to other people, don't think of it as I need to talk to this person so that I can sell myself so they'll like me for a date, or so that they'll like me so they'll buy my product, or so they'll like me so that I'll get the job. Don't think of it that way. In that scenario, the reason why you don't like to network is because you have to sell yourself. And I want you to change that thinking. Wherever you are, you do not have to sell yourself. What you should be thinking about is, what are you offering to the person? Instead of trying to sell to get something from someone else, you should be thinking about what you are giving to the other person. So when you're in a job interview, instead of thinking, I got to get this job because I need this money, what you should have done beforehand in your practicing and your time getting your plan together, you should give up the reasons why what are you going to give to this company? Well, you know what? So when you get to the interview, your conversation is more like, hey everybody at Google, I think I'd love to work here. Some of the things I'd love to offer are, I have a great personality as it relates to front-facing business. So customer service would be a great area for me because I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. If you're a tech guy, I don't even know what to tell you, but I love to do this and this and this. Come into it offering what it is that you have to give the company so that they are more inclined to like you. The same with when you're seeking to go out on a date with someone. When you meet somebody, if you start off the date with, hey, my name is Michelle, what's your name? So can you buy me something? Can you get me something? Are you gonna get me something? I want this. Are you gonna give me this? Nobody likes that, right? So when you start off in a conversation with someone, especially in a social setting, start it off with what you're offering. Hey, my name is Michelle. What do you do? Really? Well, that's awesome. If you're a basketball player, that is really great. Well, I work in accounting, but my husband loves basketball. So what are some of the things that you guys are doing to keep your legs together? Because I know my knees hurt walking up and down the stairs. What do you do? And then offer them a chance to talk about themselves. Do things so that you inspire the conversation towards the other person, and it takes a little training and a little skill to be able to listen to somebody talk and then kind of keep the conversation flipped on them, because the more you're engaged in what they're saying and what they're doing, actually the more they like you. Everybody wants to be the center of attention, right? So in this situation, what you're learning is how to make sure that the person that you're talking to is receiving your attention. And I mean, that's the key of the whole thing. It's your desire to talk about yourself and tell everybody about you and what you need and what you want and whatever. But when you master the art of listening and then making sure that the other person's wants and needs are your main focus, hey Jordan, then that keeps the conversation flowing, and they are then having a break where somebody is actually interested in hearing from me about what I like. Wow, I really am interested in this person. And so they're interested in you for a date. They could be interested in you for a job. They could be interested in you for buying the tires from your tire company. The whole goal of it is to show other people that you're interested in what they're doing, and it kind of boomerangs and makes them interested in you. I hope that makes sense to you guys. And then the last thing you got to understand, even though you are an introvert, even though you feel like nobody can have any feelings the way that you have feelings, guess what? Other people are people too. Other people get up in the morning just like you do. Other people have breakfast just like you do, or skip breakfast just like you do. Hey, other people put their clothes on, put their glasses on, comb their hair, whatever, just like you do. Other people are people too. So while you're having that introverted feeling of, I don't want to try to talk to anybody because they're not going to like me, because they're going to think that I'm being too overbearing, because they're not going to like my face, because they're not going to like my body, blah, 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 blah. Understand, They are people too. They have insecurities just like you do. They have situations and problems just like you do. They have things that make them happy just like you do. So if you begin with thinking that other people are people too, just like me, then when you're going about the business of connecting to them, you're able to have a much easier time talking because you're beginning to relate to them as other people, right? Right. And so those are my tips. I want to advise you guys, if you came in late or whatever, go click the link on my bio, and there is a ebook there called Networking That Really Works. It will give you, hey Artemy, it'll give you some really good tips on how to network with people if you're an introvert, if you are an extrovert, networking with at your office. You can also look, if you look on my Periscope profile, this is my day number 4. I've done 4 Periscopes on networking. I've got 3 more. I'm doing 7 total. And they're all covering every facet of networking. And so it's a really good tool, and following. I was going to say, if you aren't following me, make sure to follow me, because I'm going to be on here 3 more days, and I kind of randomly do it based upon my schedule with my family. So join me. I'd love to talk with you. If you'd like to connect with me, again, you can click on the link, or you can go to my website, leadingatlife.com. That's my website, leadingatlife.com. Or you can click on the link in the bio. And if you click on any of the products there, I think on the bottom, especially the Networking That Really Works, it has a link that goes right back to my website as well. So I look forward to talking with you. Oh, and if you got here early, or if you caught me in the replay, you can use the code that you got to get 50% off anything in the store. So the Networking That Really Works, it's only $15, but you can get it for 50% off. You remember the code, right? So if you didn't get the code, I really advise you to catch the replay. If you want to ever come and join me again, make sure you come early, because every time I do a scope, I always give away something for free in the beginning of the scope for those people who follow me. Because as soon as I say I'm going live, I hit send broadcast, I'm hitting the ground running. So I hope you guys have a great night and a great day tomorrow. And remember, people are people too. So don't be afraid to network and make new friends. Talk with you guys soon. Be blessed.